Today I want us to do a little bit of magic in Pixellab. So if you are ready for that, then let's design this Happy Independence Day flyer in Pixellab right away. Good. So when you open your Pixellab application, you're going to see an interface like this by default. So default, you'll see this. So I'm just going to delete this text over here, and after this I'm going to import my first image. Okay, this image I'm importing it because that's what I'm going to use for the background and some other color that I'll be using in this video. I'm going to pick a color from this particular image. So quickly, let me grab my image right here. Good. So I got it right here. I'll just have to crop it a little bit like this, then just put it anywhere in my design for now. Okay, I'm not concerned about the position of it at the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to set my background color, and I'm going to tap on this icon, then tap on color. So from here I'll have to pick a color from the flag. Okay, so I'll tap on a plus sign over here and tap on this icon over here, then come down and select this particular layer. Then I'll have my flag appearing over here. So what I have to do is to move the pointer over here and move it to the green part like this. Okay, I think I'm okay with this color, so I'm going to use this. So this is what I'll be having as my background color at the moment. Now after this I have to import my other element, probably the one that I'll use to blend with the background. Okay, so let me go to import again, and this time around I'm going to my download folder. Okay, so as usual, don't worry, I'm going to leave all these resources in the video description. So I'll make it squared like this, tap on a check mark, and increase the relative size like this. So at this point I just have to reduce the opacity of it. Okay, so yeah, quickly let's do that and see which one will work best for us. Okay, so for now I think let's leave it at 16. That's not bad. Okay, let's leave it over here and probably lock the layer, right? So let's leave it here for now. We'll work on it as we move on, but for now let it be like this. Okay, so now what we have to do next is to start entering our text that we want to enter. Okay, so I'll start with 65. Ghana is currently at 65 years old since independence. Okay, so 65 right here and tap on OK. After that you move to your font, you select Go Bold. That's the font I'm going to use for this video. So I just have to increase the size of it, and quickly let me do that. So I'm going to increase it a little bit further and probably place it somewhere here. I think this should be pretty much okay over here. Good. So what I'm going to do is to give it a color, probably no color at all. So I'm going to tap on this. Let me show you quickly this particular element over here, but in case you don't know how to do this, just tap on a plus sign, then instead of you leaving your slider over here, you move it down here, then you tap on OK, and you're going to have the same effect. So after this you tap on a check mark here and you move down to stroke, enable the stroke and give it a width of 1. Okay, the stroke width should be 1, and change the color to white. Okay, so at this point you are pretty much on point. All right, so I'm going to lock this as well. At this juncture you also have to actually reduce the opacity of this text that you've entered over here, so that it will not be that much visible like that. Okay, I think this should be enough for us. So I'm going to leave it over there like that, and at this point let's just bring the flag to the top a little bit, then we go ahead and enter other elements that we want. So probably I'm going to enter 65 again. That is the main focus of this design, so let's do that quickly. So I'm going to pick the same font, which is the Go Bold, and yeah, I'm going to increase the size of this as well, so that it fits perfectly onto probably exactly what we want. So let's increase the size and see. And of course, I think this should be pretty much okay for us. Okay, let me just reduce the size a little bit. Good. So I have to place it at the middle and see. Now at this point, I think we are pretty much through with this. So what we have to do is to give it a color. So I'm going to select color and tap on the plus sign over here. So after that, I'll tap on the color picker tool again, then go to the flag, and this time around I'm going to select the yellow portion over here. Right now, tap on a check mark and tap on OK. So this is what I'll be having. After this, I'll make a duplicate of this, a copy, and what I'm going to do is to tap on a texture and give it a texture which is going to be the flag of Ghana. So quickly, let me search through my gallery and locate Ghana flag that I've actually downloaded. Okay, so I'm going to crop this such that only the red, gold, green is showing. The white part, I literally don't need it. Okay, so let's say I have this, so I'll tap on a check mark, and this is what will appear over here. Now I'll tap on enable like maintain ratio, aspect ratio, like this, and this is how it's going to be. So this is pretty much cool, right? I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this, and I'll equally tap on it, make a duplicate of it. This time around, I'll go and give it a stroke. So I have to make it transparent first, then move to stroke and add a stroke to it. So the stroke color, probably I may use a green that we use for the background. Okay, so I will use a green that we use for the background, just to put it on it like this. So you have to take your time and fix this to actually look perfect or neat. Okay, so let's take our time and do that right away. I think this is not bad, so let me just go ahead and lock all these layers for now. Okay, so what we have to do next is to enter the text like Happy Independence Day. Okay, so let me delete this quickly. So we have Happy Independence Day. Good. So I think I'm going to use the default font like this, and of course I have to reduce the size of the text, and I think 22 is not bad, and I have to position it at the middle over here. Then go ahead to line spacing and increase the space between the words. Then I can just bring it to the top and see if I'm kind of okay with it. And I think this isn't bad, right? This isn't bad at all. So what we have to write next is Ghana at 65. So I'm going to use the go bold again. This time around, I'm typing Ghana in block letters. Ghana. Then I'll move on to my font section, then select the go bold, and of course I have to increase the size of it just a little bit. Let's say something like this, or this font too is even too much, so let's say 55 or 56. Then I think 60 will be okay, right? So I'm just going to move it down a little bit, and at this point what I'm going to do is to increase the line spacing as well. So let's see how it's going to look. Yeah, so let me just position it at the middle like this, and I'm going to make a duplicate of it and edit it to the @ sign over here. So what I have to do now is to bring it to the middle and push it down. Once I push it down, I would have to reduce the size of it so that it can make sense. Okay, I don't want to just leave it over there and it will be hanging over there like that. So we have to actually work on it to look kind of realistic. So yeah, so far this is where we've reached, and we equally need to do some other things. So what we're going to do right now is to actually use the Bezier tool. So for the Bezier tool, I've actually made a part 1 video on it. Okay, so I hope you know the basics of it already. So I'll tap on it, and this is what will come. Then I'll go to the move section here like this, and probably adjust this so that I can get something perfect to work with. So we just have to take our time and work on this till we get something we really want to use. You shouldn't be in a hurry when it comes to this portion, okay? Because this Bezier tool, you need to take your time and use it the best way you can. So after this, I'll tap on this one again, then probably give it some anchor points here and there. Then at this point I can go ahead and merge them, then increase the opacity like this and reduce the stroke to 0. So at this point I can just leave it at a white like this, and this is what I'll be having. Okay, so I would have to push this to the back of what we've done so far. So I'll have it like this, and I'll make a duplicate of it. And for this duplicate, I'll use the color yellow, the one that we used earlier on. I'll use this color, and I'll have to bring it down like this. So once I brought it down like this, I'll have to push it beneath the other elements we have over there. So I'll tap onto back, and we have to actually work on the arrangement over here such that we have part of it showing up here. I think I have to lock the first one, which is at the top, then I can work on this one with no stress. So I'm going to increase the size just a little bit, then bring it down here just to make sure that I'm working on something perfect. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete this again, right? Since we want both shapes to be uniform, let me make a duplicate again and give it the color yellow. Then we do this once and for all. So I'm pushing it to the back again, and I think this time around we got it clear. Now what we have to do is to go ahead and lock it, and after locking it we open the flag layer, then we reduce the size of the flag and put it at one side over here. So at this point we are pretty much done. The only thing that we are actually left with right now is to add some shadow effect. So to add this shadow effect, I'm going to tap on stickers, and by default this is going to appear over here, and I'm going to tap an empty area in a working space like this. After this, I'll go ahead and select the layer again, give it color black so that I can use that as my shadow. So I'm bringing it down here, reducing the size of it. Okay, I want it to show kind of something that will depict that this particular text or the 65 is kind of hanging in the air or something like that. That's the effect I want to actually have over here. So yeah, I'm going to leave it like this, then make a duplicate of it, then bring it down to the other text as well. So I'm going to use the move tool and do that quickly. Good. So the next thing that I have to do is to make another duplicate, then bring it down to where the flag is, and for this one I have to reduce the width of it, and I think 8 by 3 is not bad. Now I have to move it at this point we are pretty much done. So here you've reached, and pretty much this is going to be the design that you actually want to design. So at this point you can just go ahead, tap on a save button, then you save your work, and of course don't forget to use the ultra to save it. Okay, so this is going to be your final work, and of course don't forget to actually subscribe to this channel if you are new here, and don't forget to give a like to this video and also leave a comment down below. Right, so this goes to here, and I'm going to see you in my next tutorial. Peace out.